You walk down life's path, surrounded by faces, some genuine, some wearing masks. In a world where connections happen at lightning speed, there's a hidden danger most people never see coming. They're the ones who enter your life with perfect timing, saying all the right things, but carrying a darkness that's hard to spot until it's too late. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 3 critical warning signs that someone who seems like your next best friend or perfect mentor might actually be sent to destroy you. These aren't your obvious red flags. They're subtle, sophisticated tactics that even the most intelligent and successful people miss. What I'm about to share isn't just another list of relationship advice. This is about protecting your destiny, your purpose, and everything you've worked so hard to build. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how certain people can enter your life with calculated precision, designed to tear down what you've built, piece by piece. I've spent years studying human behavior and patterns of destruction. What shocked me most wasn't the obvious threats. It was discovering how the most dangerous influences often come wrapped in the most attractive packages. The 3 signs I'm about to reveal aren't taught in self-help books or typical psychology classes. They're insights that could save you years of recovery from toxic connections. The most dangerous predator isn't the one that looks threatening. It's the one that makes you lower your guard first. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to spot these wolves in sheep's clothing before they can sink their teeth into your life. Your gut has been trying to tell you something about certain people in your life. After this video, you'll finally understand why. Most dangerous people begin their mission with a masterful dance of carefully crafted compliments. In this intricate game of manipulation, they don't just praise, they study, observe, and identify precisely what makes their target's heart swell with pride. It's an art form of destruction, masked behind smiles and admiration. These skilled manipulators stand out from genuine admirers through their systematic approach. First comes an innocent observation about something specific, perhaps noticing how others at work seem to gravitate toward your leadership style, or commenting on your unique ability to solve complex problems. This isn't random praise, it's calculated reconnaissance. Soon, they escalate their flattery to mirror your deepest desires and aspirations. When someone secretly harbors dreams of becoming an influential speaker, they'll weave elaborate stories about how your casual conversations left them spellbound. If you've privately struggled with self-doubt about your creative abilities, they'll suddenly appear with endless amazement at your natural artistic genius. Here's where it becomes dangerous. Humans naturally reciprocate positive energy. When someone consistently makes us feel exceptional, we automatically lower our defensive walls. It's biological. Our brains release dopamine when we receive praise, creating a subtle addiction to their presence and approval. But beneath this shower of admiration lies a sinister pattern. Once they've established themselves as your personal cheerleader, they begin introducing subtle suggestions. Someone as talented as you shouldn't waste time with basic projects, they might say, slowly driving wedge between you and your current commitments. Or perhaps, with your exceptional skills, you deserve better than what these people offer you, creating distance between you and your support system. This flattery-based manipulation becomes particularly effective because it's mixed with truth. They don't fabricate compliments entirely. Instead, they magnify real qualities to unrealistic proportions. Like a skilled poison master, they blend truth with toxicity until you can't distinguish between genuine appreciation and calculated manipulation. Warning signals often appear in their timing and intensity. Genuine admiration grows naturally over time, but destructive flatterers rush to establish themselves as your biggest fan. They seem to possess an almost supernatural ability to say exactly what you need to hear, precisely when you're most vulnerable to hearing it. These manipulators also display a peculiar pattern in group settings. While one-on-one, they paint you as extraordinary, but in groups, they subtly undermine your relationships with others. They might praise you in ways that create uncomfortable dynamics with peers, or share your special qualities in contexts that breed resentment rather than appreciation. Most critically, they often attach their elaborate praise to future promises or expectations. Someone with your incredible potential should really consider investing in Or, with your amazing talent, you owe it to yourself to join. Their compliments become hooks, drawing you into commitments that serve their hidden agenda. Protection requires developing awareness of praise patterns. When compliments feel too perfect, too timely, or too aligned with your unspoken desires, pause. True appreciation celebrates growth and accomplishment without creating dependency or isolation. It empowers without manipulation and encourages without agenda. Healthy admiration exists comfortably alongside constructive feedback. It doesn't demand reciprocation or come with strings attached. Most importantly, it doesn't try to separate you from your existing support system or push you toward decisions that benefit the praise giver more than yourself. In this dance of deception, wisdom lies in recognizing that not all who praise seek to uplift. Some study our deepest desires only to use them as leverage, turning our own dreams into weapons against us. True friends celebrate our light without trying to control its direction. Inside every strong person's life exists a network of relationships, friends, family, mentors, and allies, who form an invisible fortress of support. Skilled destroyers recognize this fortress as their primary obstacle. Through systematic isolation tactics, they execute a devastating strategy designed to dismantle these protective connections, piece by piece. Isolation begins subtly, often masked as exclusive opportunities or special insights. I noticed something about your best friend, they might whisper, planting seeds of doubt wrapped in concern. Not everyone understands your vision like I do, becomes their mantra, creating an artificial divide between you and long-standing relationships. Most insidious is their ability to twist truth into weapons. They don't invent lies about your support system. Instead, they magnify minor flaws into major betrayals. A friend's busy schedule transforms into evidence of abandonment. A family member's constructive feedback becomes proof they don't believe in you. Each observation carries a grain of truth, making their poison easier to swallow. These master manipulators excel at creating false dichotomies. They present scenarios where choosing them means rejecting others, all while making their choice seem like the only path to growth or success. Those people are holding you back, they suggest, or they're jealous of your potential. Each statement drives invisible wedges deeper. Their tactics often include creating artificial emergencies or exclusive opportunities that force choices between them and existing relationships. Sudden needs for confidentiality arise, making it impossible to discuss decisions with trusted advisors. Special offerings come with pressure to decide quickly, without consulting others who might raise valid concerns. Watch carefully how they react when you maintain boundaries or include others in decisions. Their true nature reveals itself in these moments. Initial charm may crack, showing glimpses of manipulation beneath. They might express disappointment or hurt, weaponizing guilt to make you question your loyalty to other relationships. Social media often becomes their preferred battlefield. They monitor your online interactions, subtly commenting on connections with others or creating situations that generate distance. Private conversations suddenly become public issues, forcing you to choose sides or defend relationships that never needed defense before. Another powerful tactic involves information control. They position themselves as gatekeepers of opportunities or insights, suggesting that maintaining certain relationships might cost you access to these valuable resources. This creates artificial scarcity, making their presence seem more crucial than it truly is. Pay attention to how they discuss your past. Destroyers often work to rewrite history, subtly suggesting that previous relationships or mentors failed you in some way. They position themselves as the first to truly recognize your worth, while painting others as obstacles to your growth rather than supporters of it. Their influence extends beyond individual relationships to entire communities. They might suggest switching social circles, professional networks, or even spiritual communities, not for growth, but for isolation. Each transition moves you further from established support systems and deeper into their sphere of influence. Most dangerous is their ability to make isolation feel like elevation. We're just on a different level now, they suggest, making disconnection seem like natural growth. This false elevation serves to justify cutting ties with grounding relationships that might otherwise expose their manipulation. Physical distance often follows emotional isolation. New opportunities mysteriously require geographical moves or schedule changes that further separate you from support systems. Each step seems logical in isolation, but forms part of a larger pattern of separation. Success in their mission relies heavily on speed and momentum. Quick decisions, urgent opportunities, and pressing needs all serve to bypass your natural protection systems. By creating artificial time pressure, they prevent careful consideration or consultation with trusted advisors. Protection against these tactics requires maintaining perspective through multiple viewpoints. Healthy growth expands your circle of genuine relationships rather than restricting it. Real opportunities don't demand abandoning support systems, and true friends celebrate all your connections rather than competing with them. Most subtle yet devastating among destructive forces are those who specialize in spiritual and emotional drainage. Like skilled vampires, they feed not on blood, but on confidence, joy, and inner peace, leaving their targets hollow shells of their former selves. Initially, these soul drainers present themselves as voices of wisdom and growth. Through careful observation, they identify core aspects of their target's identity: creativity, kindness, leadership, or spiritual depth. Then begins a systematic campaign of subtle undermining, masked as constructive input or concerned guidance. Watch for their signature pattern: criticism wrapped in caring. I say this because I value our connection, they begin, before delivering precise strikes at confidence. Each comment targets load-bearing pillars of self-worth, carefully disguised as helpful feedback. Unlike outright critics, they maintain plausible deniability through careful word choice and timing. Meetings with them follow a predictable cycle. It starts with warmth and connection, drawing you into vulnerability. Then comes a series of small observations, each one carefully crafted to plant seeds of self-doubt. By conversation's end, you feel drained yet unable to pinpoint exactly why. Something that felt like growth leaves you questioning fundamental truths about yourself. Masters of this craft excel at creating emotional debt. They position themselves as invested in your growth, making you feel obligated to accept their guidance. Each interaction adds to this invisible ledger, building pressure to comply with their vision of who you should become. Resistance breeds guilt. After all, they've invested so much in you. Physical symptoms often manifest around these encounters. Tension headaches, stomach knots, or sudden fatigue might plague you before or after interactions. While each instance seems coincidental, patterns emerge over time. Your body recognizes danger before your mind admits it exists. Pay attention to energy levels during different interactions. Healthy relationships energize both parties, creating mutual growth and inspiration. Soul drainers leave you depleted, questioning yourself, yet somehow dependent on their input. Like addiction to a harmful substance, you might find yourself seeking their approval despite knowing it hurts. Their influence extends beyond direct interactions into daily thought patterns. Their voice becomes an unwelcome companion in private moments, questioning decisions and undermining confidence. Simple choices become complex negotiations with their imagined criticism. Joy in personal achievements dims under their projected disapproval. Particularly dangerous is their ability to normalize emotional abuse through spiritual or personal development language. Growth requires discomfort, they say, while inflicting unnecessary pain. True strength comes through trials, becomes justification for their continuous undermining. Each interaction leaves invisible scars, masked as learning experiences. Sleep patterns often reveal their impact first. Nights become battlegrounds where their subtle criticisms replay endlessly. Peace of mind erodes gradually, replaced by constant self-questioning. Dreams that once inspired action become sources of anxiety under their influenced perspective. Watch carefully how they respond to your successes and struggles. True supporters celebrate victories without diminishing them and offer genuine comfort in difficulties. Soul drainers find ways to taint triumphs with doubt and twist struggles into evidence of personal failure. Their support always comes with a hidden cost. Most insidious is their impact on creativity and spontaneity. Natural joy in self-expression withers under their constant evaluation. Simple pleasures become complicated by overthinking. Spontaneous decisions fade, replaced by careful calculations of their potential reactions. Protection requires recognizing that growth, while sometimes uncomfortable, shouldn't diminish core identity. Real guidance illuminates paths forward without destroying foundations. True mentors build upon existing strength rather than creating dependency through manufactured weakness. Signs of their presence often appear in changed behavior patterns among their targets. Once confident decisions become tentative questions. Natural talents are suddenly second-guessed. Joyful activities lose their appeal. Each change traces back to carefully planted doubts, disguised as wisdom. Time reveals their true nature through accumulated impact. While individual interactions might seem beneficial, patterns of spiritual and emotional drainage emerge clearly over weeks and months. Energy that once flowed freely becomes carefully rationed. Confidence that grew naturally faces constant undermining. Breaking free starts with recognizing that personal growth multiplies inner light rather than dimming it. Genuine guidance strengthens natural gifts instead of replacing them with artificial constraints. True wisdom builds up rather than tears down, leaving you stronger rather than dependent. These invisible enemies, masters of destruction, move through life leaving trails of broken spirits and shattered dreams. But knowledge transforms into power, and awareness becomes armor against their calculated attacks. Standing strong requires more than just recognizing these signs. It demands building internal fortifications that no external force can breach. Think of personal boundaries as an invisible shield, constantly maintained and regularly strengthened. When flatterers approach with excessive praise, let wisdom guide response. True greatness needs no constant external validation, and authentic growth thrives in balanced appreciation rather than inflated admiration. Social connections form vital lifelines in this battle against destructive influences. Strong relationships built on mutual respect and genuine care create natural immunity against those who seek to divide and conquer. These authentic bonds serve as reality checks, helping maintain perspective when manipulators attempt to distort truth. Most crucial in this journey of protection is developing unshakable self-acknowledge. By understanding core values, recognizing authentic desires, and honoring personal truth, manipulation attempts lose their power. Each failed attack strengthens internal defenses, making future recognition of these patterns. Building resistance against soul drainers requires cultivating internal peace that external forces cannot disturb. Like a deep-rooted tree standing firm against storms, strong self-worth anchored in truth withstands attempts at spiritual and emotional drainage. This strength grows not from isolation, but from conscious connection with genuine supporters. Wisdom teaches that light attracts both moths and butterflies. Some come to consume, others to share in mutual growth. Discernment develops through experience, but experience need not come through personal pain. By learning these signs, protecting becomes proactive rather than reactive, preventing damage before it occurs. Protecting others forms another vital aspect of this knowledge. As awareness grows, responsibility extends beyond personal safety to helping fellow travelers recognize these dangers, not through fearful warnings, but through sharing wisdom that empowers rather than restricts, illuminates rather than frightens. Consider how many lives change direction through single connections. One strategic relationship, positive or negative, can alter entire destinies. This understanding raises stakes beyond personal protection to community responsibility. Each person who learns these signs becomes a lighthouse, helping others navigate treacherous waters safely. Moving forward requires balance between awareness and openness. While protection matters, fears of connection cannot rule life choices. True strength lies in maintaining healthy boundaries while remaining open to genuine relationships. This balance allows for growth while ensuring safety, creating space for real connections to flourish. Time reveals truth in all relationships. Authentic connections strengthen over time, building trust through consistent actions rather than empty words. Meanwhile, destructive influences show their nature through patterns of manipulation, making recognition easier with each passing day. Personal growth continues through all seasons, but healthy growth adds without subtracting, builds without destroying, strengthens without weakening. Real mentors guide without controlling, support without demanding, celebrate without manipulating. This truth lights paths forward, helping distinguish genuine allies from hidden enemies. Knowledge shared here serves as seeds, growing stronger with each application in real life. Each recognition of these patterns, each successful boundary maintained, each toxic influence avoided becomes victory not just for individuals, but for entire communities. These small wins compound, creating ripple effects of positive change. Success in this arena means not just surviving, but thriving, transforming awareness of danger into foundations for stronger relationships. By recognizing signs early, responding wisely, and maintaining healthy boundaries, life becomes richer through authentic connections rather than poorer through fear of deception. If this message resonates, take action now to protect yourself and others. Share this wisdom with those who might need it. Press that like button to help this vital information reach more people who need to hear it. Subscribe to our channel for more insights that transform lives and protect spirits from hidden dangers. Remember, every like, comment, and share extends this protective knowledge further, potentially saving someone from years of recovery from toxic connections. Hit that notification bell to stay updated with more life-changing content that builds stronger, wiser communities. Together, we create networks of awareness, supporting each other in growth while protecting against those who seek to destroy. Your engagement helps spread this crucial message to others who might be facing these challenges alone. Join our community of conscious individuals committed to personal growth and mutual protection. Stay strong, stay aware, and most importantly, stay true to your authentic self. Until next time, guard your spirit carefully and keep shining your light. This world needs your unique brilliance, protected and powerful, touching lives in ways only you can.